Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for today, Friday, June 20th, 2025. I am Beverly, Telesford. In the headlines, Grenada mourns second alleged suicide in 1 week. Media Workers Association president calls on journalists to unite against online bullying. Government invests over $1 million in crop insurance to boost agricultural resilience. In the region, St. Lucia keeps close eye on potential U.S. travel restrictions. Internationally, Sudanese refugee crisis reaches tipping point. UN warns of imminent famine. And in sports, Republic Bank West Indies 5 for Fun finals are set for next week. The details of these and other stories right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. A 26-year-old man identified as Donald Caliste was found dead in the Caliste Bay area earlier today in what appears to be the second alleged suicide to occur in the past week. According to eyewitnesses, Caliste's body was discovered hanging from a tree. A former colleague who worked with Caliste at the Grandlands Home for the Aged described him as a very, quote, helpful and caring individual, end quote. Caliste's last known place of employment was at the General Hospital, where he worked as an orderly. A nurse at the hospital remembered him as a pleasant and smiling person who never got into trouble with anyone. However, the news of his passing came as a shock to her.
The short time that we had working with Donnell, he was respectable. He was very funny, actually. Yeah, he never resists in doing anything. He was always willing. I think he gets along pretty well with every staff, for real, Well, I guess the only male around all these females makes it easier. And I've been honest, hearing this about him today was surprising and sad, and we hope that, everyone will get over and move on. His memories will continue to live on, and we appreciate the service that he had provided for us the short time he worked with us.
This incident follows the alleged suicide of 35-year-old Darren Newton, whose body was found hanging from the ceiling of his home in the Gulf Coast area over the weekend. According to a statement from the Royal Grenada Police Force, officers responded to a report on Sunday, June 15, and found Newton's partially decomposed body. He was pronounced dead at the scene by a medical practitioner. Both incidents are currently under investigation by the Royal Grenada Police Force. The community is in mourning as it grapples with the loss of 2 young lives in such a short span of time. As Media Week 2025 winds down, the president of the Media Workers Association of Grenada is sending a powerful message to journalists. Stand strong, stay united, and don't let online bullies silence your voice. MWAG President Caliste Farrier spoke candidly about the state of the profession and what's next. Nisha Paul reports.
It's been a week of workshops, training and reflection, and as Media Week 2025 nears its conclusion, MWAG President Caliste Farrier is urging journalists to stand strong.
There are a lot of people out there on social media attacking us, and we can be tempted to self-censor because we are afraid that someone is going to say something nasty about us, and 100,000 people are going to see it. That's what they do. They don't come after us with cutlasses and guns and knives the way some journalists face in other parts of the world. They come after us with words, very nasty words, and we know that sometimes words can have power, but at the end of the day, our pens have more power.
Faria says participation in this year's Media Week exceeded expectations, with members showing up in large numbers for both professional and personal development sessions. One standout moment was a session on artificial intelligence in the newsroom, exploring how journalists can use AI responsibly without falling into its pitfalls. Another focused on personal finance, led by the Grenada Cooperative Bank, aimed at helping media workers manage in tough economic times.
And so I was very pleased with the turnout and the participation this year for Media Week. We had a good turnout for Carriacou. I mean, we went to Carriacou and we got quite a decent group to follow us to Carriacou, and we had a really good time there. Launched Media Week for the first time in the history of MWAG in Carriacou. We planted 2 trees up there. We hope that will leave a permanent mark there, barring no hurricanes again, for MWAG on the island of Carriacou. And we met and fellowshiped with the people who are going through such a tough time, recovering and in reconstruction mode after Hurricane Beryl.
Looking ahead, Faria also highlighted plans for an upcoming training in diplomatic reporting in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has approached us about doing some training on the diplomatic reporting on the diplomatic service and foreign affairs, and it is an opportunity that I think we should make use of, and members will be informed about when that will happen.
Faria says the focus going forward will be on even more training and advocacy for better working conditions. MWAG's Media Week wraps up with a social event on Saturday, June 21, a strong finish with a renewed call for unity and professionalism among Grenadian journalists. Reporting for GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
In a move to ease the bite of rising food costs, Spice Isle Fish House is reeling in savings for members of the Media Workers Association through a new partnership. We get more in this report from Rena Perry-Thomas.
Spice Isle Fish House, a local food import-export company known for exporting large quantities of fish to the United States and other international markets, is about to partner with the Media Workers Association of Grenada, MWAG, to provide special discounts on food items to MWAG members. The initiative is in keeping with a campaign promise made by newly elected MWAG President Calistra Ferreira to implement programs that offer tangible benefits to members, particularly in light of rising food prices.
One of the things that we have already secured, we have held discussions with Spice Isle Fish House, a group of companies. They started out as a fish export company, and now they're also doing food import. And we are about to finalize an arrangement where members will be able to access discounts when they shop at Spice Isle Fish House. This is days away from happening. The conditions you'd have to be a member of MWAG, of course, and be identifiable. That I would try to take measures that would just ease the cost of living burden a little bit, and being able to purchase things at a little bit under what the retail price is a very, very small step, of course, but it is something. And I hope that we can get other businesses and other organizations where we may want to seek services to also come on board with this.
The MWAG president also revealed plans to issue official membership identification cards. These cards will be used by members to access discounts. Ferreira further disclosed that discussions are on the way to explore the possibility of introducing a health insurance plan for media workers, another step towards strengthening the welfare framework of the association.
available. So we're going to work on ID cards for our members, and once you present that card, then you would be able to verify that you are eligible for the discount. Health insurance is another big thing that we're looking at, because most of the media houses do not provide health insurance for our members in a highly stressed job where sometimes we need medical attention. So we're looking at, we've found a possible way of doing it, and so we're engaging in the discussions to look for what the best options are.
In addition to these member-focused initiatives, Ferreira reiterated her commitment to advocating for the development and passage of a Freedom of Information Act in Grenada, an important legislative milestone for media transparency and accountability.
The Freedom of Information Act, which is one of the most important things that we must achieve in this term. We must push the government to enact freedom of information legislation. And we've already engaged the Attorney General, and there's a draft legislation that needs to be relooked and maybe some amendments, some changes made, because a lot of time has passed since that was drafted, and hopefully we can get that done within the next 2 years.
The partnership marks a step forward in MWAG's drive to support its members beyond the newsroom. Ferreira says this is just the beginning of more initiatives aimed at empowering media workers. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
And with paychecks tight and futures uncertain, the Media Workers Association of Grenada is helping its members take control of their finances, one smart move at a time. Another Rena P. Thomas report.
In an effort to equip media workers with essential financial skills, the Media Workers Association of Grenada, MWAG, in collaboration with the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, hosted a workshop on personal finance management. The session, held at Koyaba Beach Resort, formed part of MWAG's 2025 Media Week celebrations, which will conclude on Saturday. MWAG President Calistro Ferreira underscored the importance of the workshop, especially considering the low salaries of many media professionals in Grenada.
Whether you're a journalist or a reporter, a producer, the real pure media practitioners, you do not make a lot of money. So I felt it was important to provide a session where you can get tips that would help you to navigate through your finances based on what the incomes are that we are getting. And so I felt like since we were having such a difficult time with low salaries, let's be able to make it work. And I thought the experts coming to tell us how we can make it work was a worthy venture, a worthwhile venture in this media week that's been running from June 15 and ending on June 21.
She also noted the urgent need to plan for the future, sharing concerns about the lack of financial security for retired media workers. She mentioned that just recently she was once again reminded of the sad reality facing some media retirees.
Media managers need to do better. They need to compensate the media workers better. But I saw firsthand just a few weeks ago what can happen to people who give their life to this profession and serve well and then retire. And so I believe that more needs to be put in place. The health insurance, I believe, is going to help. And you know, media houses need to do better by their workers. And you know, sometimes you retire from media and all you have to rely on is NIS because there's no workplace pension to get.
Participants in the workshop expressed appreciation for the initiative, describing it as timely, informative, and empowering.
The workshop was very informative. I grasped lots of concepts that I did have an idea of, but it expanded my knowledge. In terms of something that really stood out to me was investing. We sort of think of investing as something that you have to have money for, but not necessarily. And to give some and get more in return is something that's really fulfilling, and I think that we can all try it out at some point.
In terms of information, excellent information that I never knew existed prior to coming into the workshop here today. So I'm living here a lot more educated on financial management than I did than when I came. What really stood out for me is when he mentioned that you save, then you spend, rather than spend and save. I think that would be my guiding principle going forward. As of course we look to save more. As you know, we gain little, but we try to save as much as we can.
The workshop forms part of MWAG's broader mission to uplift and empower media professionals across the country. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
This is News at 7. Coming up, government invests over EC $1 million in crop insurance to boost agricultural resilience. Stay with us.
Are you looking to further your education but need financial support? Arise Credit Union is here to help. With our educational loan, you can pursue your dreams. Whether you're working and studying, taking professional online courses, or engaging in full-time education, we've got you covered. Our flexible repayment options and competitive interest rates provide the right support for you on this journey. Visit Arise Credit Union. Apply today, take control today, and own your own education.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Time to get charged up for the Fuller Energy Home Series as West Indies takes on Australia in a fiery test match from July 3rd to 7th at the National Cricket Stadium from 10 a.m. each day. Free entry plus fun activities for children under 16 years old. Adult tickets start at just $5 per match day. Let's rally with the men in maroon. Go to windiescricket.com to secure your tickets now. West Indies is back in the spice aisle and we Fuller Energy. West Indies going higher, Fuller Energy.
Climate change is real. Storms are getting stronger and droughts are lasting longer. Are you prepared for what's ahead? At Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, we want to help you protect your investments. Build for the future with a BFF loan. Make climate-smart upgrades and strengthen your home to withstand nature's unpredictability. Get 100% financing to build or purchase a home or make additions to your existing structure. Enjoy discounts on related loan fees and special benefits when you choose climate resilient solutions. We are also offering financing of up to $50,000 unsecured for your home upgrades. Invest in renewable energy, energy-efficient appliances, water storage, and so much more. The time is now to ensure your investments can withstand climate change. Invest in your home, protect your family, and secure your future with a BFF loan. You have a BFF in Co-op Bank. Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home. Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. I am a Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Home is easy with Republic Bank.
Are you dreaming of owning your own home? With Republic Bank's Home Easy Loan, you're one step closer to making that dream a reality. With competitive rates, reduced fees, and up to 100% financing, Republic Bank makes owning your home simple and stress-free. Start your journey to independence, empowerment, and the joy of home ownership today.
Republic Bank, we're bringing home to you. Home easy. It's not just a mortgage, it's peace of mind.
Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
It happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to News at 7. Government invests over $1 million in crop insurance to support local farmers, boost agricultural resilience, and mitigate risks, ensuring a sustainable future for the island nation's agricultural industry and food security, benefiting the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association and Grenada Cocoa Association.
The latest injection of over $1 million for crop insurance coverage underscores government's commitment to broader disaster preparedness and climate resilience strategy, which seeks to protect vulnerable sectors, thereby safeguarding the livelihood of farmers across the island. Minister for Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, Lennox Andrews, stressed the importance of this strategic initiative, pointing out that government is committed to ensuring that farmers are encouraged to continue to farm and be confident of their livelihoods, even in the unlikely event of a natural disaster. Minister Andrews further disclosed that government intends to use the insured coverage as a means of direct income support to farmers, as well as crop reinvestment should farmers suffer substantial loss this hurricane season. By providing this financial support, Minister Andrews added, government is equipping our farmers with the tools they need to weather the storm, recover quickly, and continue feeding the nation. In June 2024, mere days before the passage of Hurricane Beryl, the government of Grenada paid over $1 million EC as premium for crop insurance coverage. Following the passage of the hurricane, the Corp F insurance paid out a total of $3.8 million EC. This insurance payout contributed to the over 9,076,000 season paid out to over 3,500 nutmeg and cocoa farmers through a series of check distribution throughout the island. The government remains steadfast in its dedication to supporting the agricultural community and stands united with farmers during the 2025 hurricane season. Betty and Lazarus, Public Relations Unit, Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry.
Emmeline Pear, new National Party leader, urges the Integrity Commission to address how MP Ron Redhead obtained evidence about an alleged bribery scandal involving Minister Andy Williams. Redhead claimed the evidence didn't prove wrongdoing despite complaints filed. Pear seeks an explanation, citing concerns about the Commission's ability to maintain confidentiality and uphold its duties amid mounting pressure to address the alleged claim.
Therefore call on the Prime Minister of Grenada to speak clearly on this matter. I call on the Integrity Commission to affirm its independence and to clearly indicate whether such information was conveyed to a political party or representative of a political party. As opposition, we continue to raise these matters, not to score political points, but because Grenada deserves a government that it can trust.
Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is recommending a commission of inquiry into bribery allegations against Minister Williams.
As chairman of the New National Party, I'm making the call that the government should move to appoint a commission of inquiry to investigate the accusation against Minister Andy Williams and other ministers that have come to light, and to clear their name or to make sure they don't continue in a position of responsibility as ministers of government.
MP for the South, Andy Williams, is accused of receiving a $115,000 payment from a contractor connected to a road project. Minister Williams has vehemently denied the claim of wrongdoing. OECS chair suggests exiting CSME over inequities. More in this report. The newly appointed chairman of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, has indicated that the OECS may be compelled to re-evaluate its participation in the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, CSME. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the 77th meeting of the OECS Authority, Dr. Gonsalves raised serious concerns about persistent imbalances within the regional trading bloc.
The Bahamas, as a member state of CARICOM, is a beneficiary of all the non-CSME values of CARICOM, while opting out of the CSME provisions. The OECS countries may well, most reluctantly, by force of circumstances, have to put on the table the continued relevance of our participation in the CSME, while of course remaining in CARICOM until the inequities referred to herein are satisfied. In that or any event, we are called upon to fortify evermore the OECS.
Dr. Gonsalves cited systemic inequities as one of the main reasons why the OECS should consider such a move. He emphasized that when the OECS countries initially signed onto the CSME, it was with the understanding that there would be mutual benefits and equitable treatment among all member states.
We knew of the challenges, but we put in the balance at least three other considerations. First, the bundle of special treatment measures, inclusive of the CARICOM Development Fund, and a protective market for some of our commodities. Secondly, the more general and important CSME provisions relating to free movement of persons and capital and the like offered possibilities for the OECS. And thirdly, there was the vital consideration of the enduring value of belonging to CARICOM as an integrated community of nations, and its functional cooperation work in health, education, disaster preparedness and security, and the coordination of our region's foreign policy.
However, according to the Prime Minister, the experience of OECS nations within the CSME has been far from balanced. He pointed out that these structural advantages have overwhelmingly favored larger CARICOM economies, often at the expense of the smaller, more vulnerable OECS member states.
It's evident that the trading arrangements of CARICOM have benefited the member states with a larger territorial and economic base, particularly in respect of manufacturing commodities. And the comparatively cheaper energy resource in Trinidad and Tobago has additionally made that country's manufacturing sector the uneven beneficiary from CARICOM's trade in commodities.
Dr. Gonzalez, the longest-serving head of government in the 15-member CARICOM, warned that unless these long-standing inequities are addressed, the OECS may be left with no choice but to reconsider its involvement in the CSME framework. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Gonzalez raised unresolved compensation issues from the 2009 collapse of Trinidad's CLICO financial empire, noting $64 million remains unpaid to OECS policyholders. The Vincentian leader urged the new Trinidad government to honor prior commitments.
The collapse of the CLICO financial empire has left holders in the OECS encumbered with hundreds of millions of dollars of losses. There is still outstanding $64 million of the $100 million US dollars, which the last UNC administration under Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar had negotiated as a partial settlement with the OECS countries. Kamla's government paid US $36 billion shortly before she left office over 10 years ago. But the successor administration has failed or refused to honor the prior commitment. We reasonably expect that the new Persad-Bissessar administration will address this soonest.
In May this year, newly re-elected Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, announced that the long-awaited Commission of Inquiry report into the CLICO collapse would be formally laid in Trinidad and Tobago's Parliament. In 2009, CLICO, or Colonial Life Insurance Company, and its sister company, BICO, British American Insurance Company, both part of the Trinidad-based CL Financial Group, collapsed due to serious liquidity problems. Thousands of policyholders and investors across the Caribbean, including in the Eastern Caribbean, lost access to billions of dollars in investments, pensions, and life insurance policies. The region urged to take control. Chastney calls for action amid U.S. travel ban threat. More news to come. Do stay with us.
The Mass officially starts now as Spice Mass Cooperation together with Aura Caribbean is turning up the thing all the way up with Carnival City Fusion Thursdays. It all kicks off on Thursday, May 29th and continues every Thursday into June. We're bringing the vibes to the Port Louis lawn. Gates open 7 p.m. Action starts 8 p.m. Get ready for live performances from your favorite soca, groovy, and calypso artists, plus the sweet sounds of steel band, live bands, and all the mass elements you love. Veko, Jab Jab, Short Knee, Moko Jumbi, Apache, and more. It's more than a line. It's a whole carnival experience. So grab your crew, bring the energy, and come let's celebrate where culture meets pure excitement. Carnival City Fusion Thursdays, Port Louis Lawn, beginning May 29th and continues every Thursday into June. Come, let's play a mass, cause the thing starts.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
What
if you had a choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online, what would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up several notches, but the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, so no. Fully 1 week. Nah. Telling you. You them massive dragon. Hello. You see that? About 10 that them make a hard day, man. Me a 38 man. But you are 92. Yeah. You need the number 1 run, man. That is it. No what? Nice. Yeah. Look number 1. Ah, yeah, me too, man.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number 1 rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Welcome back. In a significant address, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre issued a strong call for regional unity among Eastern Caribbean states. He made this appeal at the opening ceremony of the 77th Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Authority meeting on Tuesday. During the event, Minister Pierre formally handed over the chairmanship of the OECS Authority to Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, a vocal champion for regional unity and the Pan-Caribbean movement, delivered a powerful speech as the outgoing chairman of the OECS Authority at its 77th opening ceremony. Addressing his regional peers, Pierre highlighted the revised Treaty of Basse-Terre, which he noted articulates the region's conviction for establishing an economic union to foster growth and development among OECS member states.
The course that our states, by virtue of the revised Treaty of Basse-Terre, have charted towards economic union is testament to our determination to place our countries on the road to development, to deliver tangible benefits to all participating states, and ultimately to advance the circumstances of the people of the OECS. For St. Lucia, it is our considered view that this has to be the real litmus test of progress in the economic union and the OECS. The extent to which all the regional policies, laws, institutions, and actions enhance the lives and welfare of our people. This ultimately is the motivation, the justification for integration. A successful OECS integration grounded in the enhanced welfare of our people assumes added significance for us and is consonant with the motto of the government of St. Lucia, which is putting people first.
Stability and regional development form the backbone of Prime Minister Pierre's resolve as he called on leaders to address challenges head-on to ensure the region's forward trajectory.
The quest for an ever stronger OECS has been ongoing. If our countries and people are not only to survive but to prosper, and to do so in spite of the challenges we face today and those we inevitably confront in time, we must be realistic, innovative, nimble, perhaps even stoic, taking into account that the world does not cater to those who are insufficiently endowed to pay the piper.
Pierre is advocating for a sustained collective effort across the region to achieve a more unified framework for free movement and economic integration.
We must be brutal in our self-assessment, rigorous and prompt when adjustments are needed, and uncompromising in striving to attain the objectives of our treaty. The work on the free circulation of goods commenced several years ago. We knew then how critical it was for the OECS to move beyond the existing free movement of goods and people framework, to cement the single space by establishing a regime that would ensure goods would move without fetter once they satisfied formalities of the regional border. I will not dwell on the tardiness that has attended the introduction of this regime. Suffice it to say, the free circulation of goods is a natural corollary to the free movement of people and the establishment and operation of businesses in the single financial and economic states. We must get it done.
Prime Minister Pierre pointed to the introduction of tariffs within the regional space as compounding existing pressures and further underscoring the urgency of advancing regional unity. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.
St. Lucia's opposition leader Alan Chastney has emphasized the need for the Eastern Caribbean region to focus on what it can control, particularly in regards to its citizenship by investment or CBI programs. With the U.S. considering travel bans on several countries in the region, Chastney said it is crucial to acknowledge and address the issues of money laundering and corruption within these programs. Chastney noted the 60-day deadline the U.S. has given 36 nations to comply with certain requirements or face a ban. He noted that the region's CBI programs have been vulnerable to bad actors and that it is essential to take control of the situation. By doing so, the region can work towards reforming its CBI programs and avoiding a travel ban. He proposed that a single unified program could help to mitigate the risks associated with CBI programs. Stay with us. Sports is up next.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Glenwood, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Oh, it happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Good evening, sporting fans. The latest GFA League action Division 1 saw Fontana United secure a decisive 3-0 victory over Sunjets. This win solidifies Fontana United's position at the top of the standings, maintaining their lead with 12 points after 4 matches. Sunjets remain in 8th place with 4 points from 4 matches, as there were no changes in the standings for any team in Division 1. In Division 2, Hampshire United edged out Moncton Sports Club with a narrow 1-0 win. This victory allowed Hampshire United to climb from 5th to 4th position, earning their first 3 points of the season. Meanwhile, Moncton Sports Club dropped to 7th place as they remain without a point. In another Division 2 encounter, Willis Utes and Ball Dogs played to a 2-2 draw. This result allowed Willis Utes to move up to 6th place, gaining their first point, while Ball Dogs slipped to 5th position. The top 3 positions in Division 2 remain unchanged, with South Stars, 5 Stars, and Eagles Super Strikers all holding their respective spots. Bellevue Rangers, Christian Strikers, and Class Herb Roots also maintain their positions at the bottom of the standings. Grenada is continuing with its preparation for the 2025 edition of the Windward Island School Games. The meet is set for St. Vincent and the Grenadines from July 26th to August 3rd. A pre-selected squad is already in training, from which a squad of 62 along with officials will be selected. Sponsored by Canadian Banknote and Windward Islands Lotteries, the decades-old Windward Island School Games are arguably the oldest school games in the world, having started about 1912. This year's games will feature competition in track and field, netball, football, volleyball, and basketball amongst the 4 island squads. The Windward Island Schools Games is a significant annual multi-sport event that brings together student athletes from Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. The games are intended to foster camaraderie among the athletes and encourage the development of their athletic talents. Grenada are the defending champion. Cricket West Indies Republic Bank 5 for Fun has reached its final stage. The program was first launched in 2024 with the support of the Grenada Cricket Association and the Ministries of Education and Youth and Sport. 5 for Fun is designed to be educational and entertaining while providing students from 31 primary schools aged 8 to 12 with the opportunity to learn the basics of cricket in a fun and supportive environment. That's sports. Stay with us for a look around the region. Now for your regional news. The government of St. Lucia is monitoring unconfirmed U.S. reports on potential new travel restrictions, which could impact the country's tourism and economy. Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire notes that no official word has been received from Washington.
St. Lucia's government is closely monitoring speculative reports of potential U.S. travel restrictions, a development threatening the island's vital tourism sector. Unconfirmed reports widely circulating indicate the U.S. State Department is reviewing 36 countries, including St. Lucia and other Caribbean nations, for new entry limitations. Justifications for this scrutiny reportedly include concerns over identity documentation and elevated visa overstay rates following broader U.S. policy shifts. Speaking outside Parliament on Tuesday, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister for Tourism and Investment Dr. Ernest Hilaire acknowledged an ease among Caribbean nationals in the U.S., but emphasized Washington has issued no formal communication. The potential economic ramifications for the tourism-reliant economy remain a primary concern.
We very closely monitoring what's happening in the United States. There's a lot of unease, memos being leaked, denials that the memos exist. We have had no official correspondence from the United States, and when we've spoken to them, they too have told us that there is no such official correspondence or matter to bring to our attention. So it is business as usual for us. But you can imagine the disquiet and the discomfort it is creating for St. Lucians in the United States, and not just St. Lucians, all Caribbean people, as well as all immigrants living in the United States right now. It's not an easy time. So we are closely monitoring the effect that can have, because a large part of our attendance at Carnival is St. Lucians living in the diaspora. So if there is uncertainty, if there is unease among them, it can have an effect on us. So we are closely monitoring this.
Dr. Hilaire emphasized the pragmatic reality that St. Lucia cannot unilaterally dictate U.S. immigration policy, but affirmed continuous diplomatic engagement. Regional leaders, including CARICOM heads, are reportedly discussing the matter.
Well, we don't control American immigration policy. If we could call them and tell them how to conduct it, surely we would make life a lot easier for all our peoples. But the heads are meeting in St. Vincent today, so I'm sure this matter will be discussed. There was an engagement with the Secretary of State of the United States and OECS heads recently that this matter was not, a matter of concern at that discussion. And we will continue to lobby the United States government as best as we can. The various countries have their embassies, and they would be reaching out and getting the assurances, which we have done. We've reached out and we've gotten the assurance that at this point there's no validity in what's been expressed. But of course, public policy is what it is. We'll continue to monitor it.
Further afield, over 4 million have fled Sudan's 3-year war, with tens of thousands escaping to Chad in the past month. The UN warns of a humanitarian breaking point, with food supplies running out. More in this report.
The Iridime refugee camp is a new humanitarian corridor for tens of thousands fleeing the fighting in Sudan's North Darfur. The United Nations Refugee Agency say that from late May to early June, an average of 1,000 people crossed into eastern Chad every day. It's where Musa Mansour Isa hopes to find peace.
We spent 3 days in the bush evading the rebels. There's no one left. It's hell on earth.
He's unaware that hundreds of thousands of his compatriots who arrived here 2 years ago are still struggling. Khadija Hassan queues for supplies for herself, an elderly mother, and 6 children.
The food we receive for a month would last only a few days. We must either find other means or starve.
As funding dwindles, the situation worsens for her and countless other refugees in Chad.
We are not in capacity to continue to face to all these people arriving with the funding situation. This response plan is funded only at 13%.
Since the outbreak of hostilities between the Sudanese army and the paramilitary rapid support forces more than 2 years ago, around 1 million Sudanese have sought refuge in Chad, worsening the country's already dire food shortages.
The food insecurity in Chad is at one of its highest level in the last 10 years. There's 3.3 million Chadians in the next 3 months that will experience acute forms of food insecurity.
Aid agencies collectively characterize the conflict in Sudan as the worst humanitarian crisis globally. One official refers to the displaced as forgotten. For the 1 million Sudanese refugees here in Chad, food is a major concern, and what shelter and water supplies are available are also inadequate. Half the refugee population here is housed in emergency shelters. Only 25% of school-age children here who arrive here have access to education, and United Nations officials say there is only one doctor to every 80,000 refugees. The refugee population in Adre, for instance, is 4 times larger than the local population, leading to competition for limited resources. Aid agencies express fear that the lack of funding could escalate tensions between local communities and refugees. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Adre, on the Chad-Sudan border.
That was your regional and international news. Stay with us for a recap of the headlines. Recapping the headlines, Grenada mourns second alleged suicide in 1 week. Media Workers Association president calls on journalists to unite against online bullying. Government invests over $1 million in crop insurance to boost agricultural resilience. In the region, St. Lucia keeps close eye on potential U.S. travel restrictions. Internationally, Sudanese refugee crisis reaches tipping point. The UN warns of imminent famine. And in sports, Republic Bank West Indies 5-for-Fun final set for next week. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I am Beverly Telesford. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.